we've been talking to you for a while about Coca Cola and other corporations and how they're creeping into being social justice warriors. March of last year, 2020, the company blasted U.S. Soccer for making legal arguments in the equal pay lawsuit filed by the women's team. The lawsuit the women filed lost in court. June 2020, Coca-Cola announced it was suspending advertising on Facebook and Instagram, joining a coalition of left-wing advocacy groups as part of a campaign forcing the social media network to stringently police hate speech and disinformation. The boycott openly directed at Facebook's refusal at the time to censor the post of Donald Trump. Then they issued Where We Stand on Social Justice, a manifesto. We must put our resources and energy towards helping end the cycle of systematic racism, blah, 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 blah. So they didn't care about systematic racism in China. They opposed a bill that would ban products made with forced labor in the province where all of the concentration camps are. They didn't worry about that. And then the diversity training, where the leaked slides from Coca-Cola said they needed to be less white. Try to be less white. Then they added this. Coca-Cola's new general counsel, Bradley Gayton, announced a new set of diversity guidelines for outside counsel. Under the guidelines, outside counsel will commit that for any new matter, at least 30% of each billed associate and partner, the time will be from a diverse attorney, such as amounts that at least half will be from black attorneys. Outside counsel, if they fail to meet this commitment over 2 quarters, it will incur a non-refundable 30% reduction in the fees payable for such new matters going forward until the commitment is met. Okay. So I love this coming from my soft drink company, especially then when they got involved in Georgia and the elections. And people started to speak up, stop drinking. An influential Atlanta pastor used a bullhorn on the street to call for a boycott of Coca-Cola. Rand Paul and Donald Trump called for boycotts. Ted Cruz, I wonder who's the largest institutional purchaser of Coca-Cola. Do they agree with the woke Coke radical politics? All right. Here's what happened. They have decided on April 10th, they met along with all these other CEOs about the sanctions in Georgia, and we talked about it. And they ended up issuing a vaguely worded statement about voting rights that didn't even mention Georgia. And then Coca-Cola, along with Delta Airlines, conspicuously absent from the list of signatories. Then they said, we believe the best way to make progress now is for everyone to come together and listen respectfully, share concerns, and collaborate on a path forward. We remain open and productive conversations with advocacy groups and lawmakers who may have differing views. It's time to find common ground. In the end, we all want the same thing, free and fair elections, the cornerstone of our democracy. What happened? How did they go from try to be less white to, hey, we believe diversity intellectually is happening, and that's where we want to focus? How did that happen? Well, let me tell you one other thing that happened at Coca-Cola. Gayton, the general counsel, the guy who issued that whole thing about, has to be 30% done by black lawyers, et cetera, he left. Now, he was only there for 8 months. And he took a $4 million sign-on payment and a monthly consulting fee of, listen to this number, $666,666 to transition to the strategic consultant role. That seems like a way of getting rid of an attorney you no longer want to have. The Monica Howard Douglas is the one that is now replacing. She's a veteran of Coca-Cola's legal department. She hasn't said anything about his resignation, but she told the company's legal department that his departure meant a pause on the controversial diversity initiatives. Again, why is Coca-Cola taking a pause on all of these? Because you have been standing up. You and others have been standing up. Your voice, it's the power of one. Your voice makes a difference. By the way, did you see how Basecamp is a software company, and they decided that they don't want any political discussions because we're tired of this political thing going on, and we're not a political company. So shut up about activism and all of this crap. Just work on software. This was genius. A third of their employees walked out. They didn't have to fire, fight in court, or pay any severance. These people all walked out, and Basecamp has their company back. Congratulations, Basecamp.